afternoon, and welcome to Wolfie and the Dutch, where it is always the afternoon.
I'm Wolfie,
And I'm the Dutch.
and it's a comic book show today. That's what this afternoon is. It's gonna be mostly
lots of comics.
I don't think we have any video games or anything else of interest other than comic books.
Just comic book stuff, comic book movies.
Comic book movies. So Comic-Con San Diego happened. The big grandfather of Comic-Cons nowadays.
Yeah, it truly is now.
I always wanted to go to San Diego Comic-Con, but nowadays I don't know if I really want to anymore. It's just
Why?
It seems,
Why not?
Well, it just seems way too big now. It seems like it's mostly. Doesn't seem like it's the type of place I want to go and hang out anymore. Like, I love going to Comic Cons and fan expos and stuff, but now it just seems like a big commercialized thing. The San Diego one seems very commercialized.
Yeah.
There is I know there's a famous. I think it's Johnny Depp. Is it Johnny Depp? It's either Johnny Depp or Tom Cruise or somebody a really famous actor like that. He used to go to San Diego Comic-Con every year, and every year he'd have to have eight. He'd have to have eight bodyguards or whatever, and he'd go through. And he just went there for the comics, right? He'd just go and sift through comics and buy a couple here and there. And that was that's what he would do. But it was it became such a hassle that he'd have eight bodyguards, and he wasn't able to really look at the comics as much because everybody's taking pictures of him and looking at him and asking him stuff. And then finally he realized that all he had to do was buy one of those stormtrooper helmets from Walmart, the clone trooper helmets.
Yeah.
And he goes and wears this clone trooper helmet, and nobody bothers him. He bought a $20 helmet, and he walks around on the floor every year in this helmet. Nobody bugs him.
That's awesome.
It's funny. I just thought that was funny.
That's straight up great.
Okay, so I heard you were going to see The Killing Joke. That's what you said last show. You were like, I'm coming back. I'm going to tell you all about The Killing Joke. Which is great, because in the meantime, I went and saw Batman v Superman. I was like, cool, we'll have something to discuss.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so it didn't work out the way that we had intended. I went to see it Monday evening with two friends. One young man, one young lady, right? The three of us got into my pickup, and we drove for 15 minutes to get to the theater. We got to the theater, found a place to park, walked up to the theater, got to the kiosk to pay for our tickets, and the young lady says, "You guys didn't already buy your tickets at home?" And me and the other guy were like, "Well, no."
You're an idiot.
And she was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." So we go up to pay for them. We look up at the screen, and it says the two most humiliating words in movie history. Do you know what they are?
Sold out, you dummy.
Sold out.
Why would you do that?
So, hey man, if you would have told me that an animated Batman movie would have been sold out on a Monday night,
any movie that you can.
No.
Yeah, you do, because this has happened to me before, where I'm like, hey man, somebody's like, yo man, you want to go to this movie? I'm like, yeah, definitely. Can you pre-buy the movies? Because I got cash, I'll pay you back. And they're like, no, we don't need to pre-buy. Every time, sold out. Or worse, we get the worst possible seats, down at the front on the very end, on the very far right side is the worst. You're stupid and I hate you.
Okay, so what happened?
You make bad decisions.
When we were there, we stared at each other for a minute, and then we stared at the screen for a minute. And then we looked at her and we were like, "Look, it's your money on the line. We can just come back and get you." And without skipping a beat, she was like, "Okay, see you guys later, bye." And she was gone. It was super funny. So me and the other
what you
guy,
did?
we went and hung out in a Starbucks because we're cool like that.
You deserve to get left.
So
You should have bought your ticket. And you should have been there
but
early.
seriously, I never would have thought. We were early
Not early enough.
by several minutes, but
So
yeah,
you
I
should
never
been
would
there
have
an hour
thought
early.
that an animated Batman movie would be sold out on a Monday night. I never
It's
would
like
have thunk
every
it.
animated movie now. For the first
Apparently.
2 weeks, they're booked solid.
Oh, I think it may have been that this was just a special screening. That it was the only night it was in theaters.
That would definitely be a big reason if it's only in theaters.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say about what happened in The Killing Joke because I did not see it.
Well, do you hear that?
That was silence.
That's disappointment. That's what that sound is. That's
that
harsh
sound of
disappointment. Yeah. I mean, so
I always
thought
wondered what that was like.
here I was like, oh cool man, I'm gonna go see. Well, I'm not gonna go see, but I went to my friend's house and he was all like, hey man, I got Batman v Superman, the director's cut. Do you want to watch it? I was like, yeah, totally. I've never seen Batman v Superman. I wasn't gonna pay for it because I don't like Zack Snyder. And I gotta say, that movie is really good. I really enjoyed it. And I can honestly say if you've seen the non-director cut, the movie is probably garbage for you.
Yeah, I absolutely hated it. I saw the theatrical version, and it was terrible. And you know what? I didn't even have to pre-buy tickets.
Stuff.
I did not.
Half an hour to 45 minutes in the
But disclaimer.
Yeah.
When I went to the theater, I also fell asleep for about 25 minutes.
Okay, so
that might be some of the. Yeah, I did not enjoy that movie at all.
That's too bad. I actually quite liked it. Maybe it's because I had like such low expectations for it.
See, I thought I went in with pretty low expectations.
Oh, I went in with sub-zero.
They were too high.
Like I did not think it was going to be good at all, and I was surprised. But see, I don't like Zack Snyder's writing, and I don't like his world building really. But that dude, he can take like his source material of a comic, and do like panel by panel, frame by frame, like make them exactly the same. Like he did that really well with 300. The movie is great and it looks visually great because he just would take panels from the comic book and put it into the film. And he would just match it exactly. So I don't know how much I want to. I could say a lot about it. I had a lot to say about it, but I don't know if you really want to talk about it.
I think I need to see it, and we need to come back to this. I think that'd be a good special episode, like maybe even a review, not even for this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if it's revisited, especially by me because I did not like it at all. If I revisit it, we can come back to it, and maybe I'll have a different opinion.
Yeah, let's just move on to Comic-Con stuff because I think that's where the majority of our stuff is gonna be.
Yeah, for sure, that's fair.
You start us off. You pick where you want to start.
Well, there was lots of different superhero movies and TV shows that were talked about. One that I'm excited for, just because I don't know, like just everything about this one movie that's coming up is just got me super excited. This is the Doctor Strange movie.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, like
Benedict Cumberbatch. That's his name, right?
Guy. Yeah, that guy is so awesome. Like he's a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know do you watch Sherlock?
His show Sherlock?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Nope. See, like for the longest time, I did not touch it because everybody was like, "Oh, it's so great, and I didn't want to just watch it because everybody else was. But I started watching it actually pretty recently, and like every episode is like the length of a movie, but it's really good. I really like their take on Sherlock Holmes.
Like, it's
really
an hour long?
I think they're longer than an hour long each. I think
Really?
they're like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that.
That is long. That's
Yeah,
really
it's
long.
pretty long compared to most TV shows, but you know, even for a guy with a pretty short attention span, I really enjoyed it.
I like him as an actor for the most part. I like the look of the movie
he's
though
a great
more than
actor.
anything. And I like Doctor Strange. He's
Absolutely,
a cool
it looks super well done. Like even the trailers, they just look great.
It's nice that it's like a pretty different character. Like we've seen Batman and Superman and all these characters all like a bunch of times. And we've seen
all of them rehashed.
Yeah, over and over, and now it's like they're finally doing new characters or different characters at least. Characters you wouldn't normally see.
Yeah.
Because even like definitely. You can get into the Daredevil and the Punisher and stuff. We've seen carnations of them before. They're the more popular characters, but I'm glad that we're seeing. Because I don't know a ton about Doctor Strange. But I guess that's because I don't know a ton about Marvel. I don't know enough about Marvel, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just know the main people in Marvel.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. What's the next one you want to talk about? Let's have you pick one out of there, Wolfie.
Oh boy. Let's keep it to movies. Let's keep it to Marvel. So let's talk about Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh, excellent.
Let's do that one. Let's talk about it.
What do you think about this?
Well, I haven't seen the second Avengers, so I haven't seen the new Spider-Man.
Second Avengers? You haven't seen Age of Ultron?
The second Avengers. Yeah, I've seen second Avengers. I haven't seen Civil War. Is the one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
I haven't seen Civil
War. Yeah.
So I haven't seen the new Spider-Man yet. I've seen the trailers and stuff with him. I've seen like clips with him. And I like him actually.
Personally, I think he's great.
Yeah, right?
This is the Spider-Man I grew up with.
Yeah. It feels like it. And,
absolutely.
Like, I'm glad that he's a kid. Like, I'm really glad he's a kid. Because I feel like the last couple of Spider-Mans with, I can't remember their names, Andrew Garfield and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. They both feel like adults. Yeah. Tobey more than Andrew.
Yeah.
But they both feel like, oh, they're already adults. They're grown human beings.
It's like, that's a grown man.
Yeah, but like to me, Spider-Man was always in high school, and he was like trying to figure his way out of stuff, and he was immature, and like later on, he totally he grows into adult and whatever. But especially Andrew Garfield in high school was just weird. Like, it was just weird.
Did feel weird,
felt
didn't it?
Wrong.
Yeah.
But like looking at this kid
to agreeing with that.
and hearing this kid, the fact that he's got a Brooklyn accent, which makes total sense.
Absolutely, and he sounds like a child.
Oh yeah, he does. He's got like that kind of going through puberty sound, which you would have in high school.
Absolutely, and I know you haven't seen it, but you know the snappy one-liners like that's just Spider-Man is just famous for.
Yeah.
They really get that in this new kid. I don't even know his name, but I think good things about this new Spider-Man. I read an article that they I don't know if it was announced at Comic-Con or if it was just talked about. I don't even know, but they want to follow the same type of film model as the Harry Potter series did, where they like walk him through school. Does that make sense? Like how Harry Potter 1, he was
I haven't seen Harry Potter, so you can say whatever
the last Harry Potter. That's fair. I love Harry Potter. I know you never got into it.
I don't care for it.
But and then the last one, he's like dropping out of school, but whatever. That's a different topic. But every year is like the next year in school.
Mm-hmm. I do get that
Spider-Man one.
Like I understand that
I think that's fantastic.
I think that's why most people like those movies is because they grew up with them. I think they get pretty hard nostalgia for it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Another thing that I really like about the looks of this new Spider-Man, is the villain.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
They're finally getting into something they haven't done before. With the Vulture.
I'm so happy.
And it just looks cool.
I'm so happy we're not doing the Goblin again.
Absolutely.
I can't remember the other dude's name. He was in Spider-Man as well. He was in both of them. What's his name? The black one. Venom. We're not doing Venom either.
How do you not know what Venom is?
Well, I couldn't remember his name. I can picture him, but I couldn't remember his name.
I think Venom needs to happen, but not yet.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. Love the character. He's a pretty cool character, but there needs to be more build-up. And
absolutely.
More. I think there's more to him than what they did in both versions. Both versions were kind of bad.
Was Venom in the new one with Andrew Garfield?
Was he?
I don't think he was.
I thought he was.
Nah, he was in Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Who was in...
I don't know, because I never saw the second Amazing Spider-Man. I only saw the first one with Andrew Garfield.
You weren't missing out on the second. The second one had a lot of villains. It had, like, the Rhino, but the Rhino was only in it for, like, 10 minutes. And then they had...
And he had, like, an Iron Man suit,
right? Yeah, he had, like, a big tank suit that sort of resembled the Rhino. Yeah. And they had, like, Electro.
Oh, yeah.
And he was functional. He wasn't that great. And I feel like they had somebody else in there, too. I don't remember.
Was it a goblin?
No, it was probably. It was like
goblin.
not.
There's always
is
a
it
goblin.
Killer Croc? Is that his name?
Killer Croc.
No, that's a different character. I can't see. This is how little I remember this
DC.
Movie. That's right. I can't. I'm pretty sure it's a crocodile they have.
Because the lizard was in the first one.
I can't remember. Like this is how little I remember.
Not a good sign that we can't remember that movie.
The only thing I remember really well about the second one, The Amazing Spider-Man, was they had probably one of the best death scenes I've ever seen in any movie ever.
Oh, really?
Which the movie is terrible, but the scene where Gwen Stacy dies is
spoilers, by the way,
really,
spoilers.
Really, I think it's awesome. If you're gonna see this movie, you've seen it. It's been on Netflix. It's been out for a long time. I feel like it's
on Netflix.
Oh yeah, man, it was on Netflix. I don't know if it is still, but it was.
It might have been on. It wasn't on our Netflix.
If you're really worried about Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2 spoilers at this point, here it comes. Gwen Stacy
you need to
dies.
Reevaluate your life.
Yeah, but the scene is like he drops Gwen Stacy from a bell tower. Like he's got to save her. I can't remember who. Somebody drops him or drops her, and he goes after. Like he dive bombs to get to her. But he can't get to her in time, so he shoots his web, and he like attaches to her, and then he hits onto like a beam in the church, like he catches a beam, and then he goes and he wraps his arm around his web to like stop her from dropping, and he yanks it, but it's not enough, and like the yank it cracks her spine, or it cracks her neck backwards, and her head hits the floor and breaks her neck and kills her. And then like there's like this cool scene where like the bell tower starts to ring, and it's like this beautiful moment. It's really nice scene.
That's rough, man.
The rest of the movie's garbage.
I don't think I've ever killed a girlfriend.
No, I would hope not. Certainly not like that.
Like I'm 98.4% sure on that one.
Well, you're missing a few percent points. But anyways,
we're not going to talk about that.
I think this new Spider-Man,
I have good feelings for it.
Yeah, I like that they're bringing the Vulture. The Vulture's kind of a B villain, which I think is good if he's a kid. I don't think he would start off with like some A-list villain who's like on top of things. Like I think that's he starts low. But you told me Uncle Ben's not in these movies.
Yeah, from the look at this from like Civil War, it's that he's already with Aunt May and she's already like a single parent type of role model. Like, I didn't see any evidence, unless I completely blanked on something. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's no Uncle Ben.
See, I've been saying for years that they should do Spider-Man like this, where like they have like a couple of build-up movies, and they should keep Uncle Ben for a movie or two, like all the way through.
Yeah,
to have him like, and yeah, because you'd get like really attached to him, and the whole time you know he's gonna die at some point, and you can kind of mess with the audience with it.
Absolutely.
And like Uncle Ben is like this cool, wise old dude who's like just trying to help this kid out, and this kid is having a hard time.
Yes.
It's like he'd be such a good character to build for a movie or two. Like,
yeah, and he's just been killed like in the first 30 minutes of every Spider-Man.
And every time you're kind of like, in each movie, I'm like, oh, I kind of wanted to see more of him.
It's like, he probably would have been a good Uncle Ben.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
We won't know because the character wasn't developed.
Who knows? So it's cool. I'm glad that they're doing that. There's not a lot still.
I'm looking forward to this new Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, I am too, totally.
Like, super much.
All right. Tom Holland is taking on the Vulture. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
never mind. I was just reading some notes. We'll keep going. All right, it's your choice.
All right, let's talk about one that I know that you do not want to happen. You're not looking forward to it.
Well, okay. I know where you're going. Just go ahead.
Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Well, less than a month away now, right?
August 6th.
August 6th. So a couple weeks. No, it's next week. What's that like? That's like
week,
next Saturday.
Yeah.
So, Wolfie, let me hear what you think about Suicide Squad.
It's not that I don't like Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but this movie specifically.
I think Suicide Squad. I don't know how to. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. So a lot of these points might feel random and not make sense.
Okay.
First of all,
I'm okay with that.
Suicide Squad is one of the dumbest concepts ever. They're a bunch of super-powered criminals that you're just gonna let go on the streets with all their weapons and ammunition. You think that they're gonna play your rules? No, that doesn't make any sense. That's stupid.
They've got bombs in their heads.
No, it's stupid. There's no way that they're gonna play ball. The whole time they're gonna be trying to figure out a way to get out of it. It doesn't make sense.
They got bombs in their heads.
It doesn't make sense.
Okay. What's your next point?
My next point is, and this is just like kind of my own personal point. I'm not a big fan of the new Joker, what he looks like. Jared Leto. Fair. I don't like the way he looks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably just a personal thing. That's not really. That's not.
You don't like the grill?
No, I don't like the grill, and I'm fine with. Like, I feel like the Joker would have tattoos and stuff. That's fine. I just don't think that they're necessarily the right tattoos, or I don't know. Maybe that's too nitpicky. But
I think that they're really random.
Just his look, it doesn't feel.
Which is something that I like.
I don't know.
That's
I don't
fair.
know. I don't like the look of them.
I'm okay with that. Those aren't stupid. Those aren't stupid.
No, I can live with that. I can live with the Joker as he is. It's just a little personal thing.
Yeah.
It's just, it looks like they're trying to ride the coattails of Guardians of the Galaxy. And be like, we're quirky and we're a bunch of goofy villains all getting together and having fun, and there's no plot whatsoever, and it's really incoherent, and they don't seem to have any chemistry together. It feels like they had to go back and reshoot some scenes because the movie just is being... This is before that DC started to get their act together, remember? When they started making this movie, like production, writing, all this stuff was before DC. DC was still trying to play the catch-up game of like, oh, Marvel's doing this crazy new world. We got to get in the game.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like after.
This is like right on the back end of that.
Yes. I'd
say that this is probably their last catch-up movie.
It was in development when Batman v Superman was in development, and it wasn't until that movie kind of happened that people were like, "You guys suck at making movies. This doesn't like your world isn't good." And that's when they kind of were like, "Oh, we got to figure out." Yeah, they were like, "Okay, we really have to figure out the Justice League. We gotta really make sure the Justice League works." And cast everybody correctly and make sure. And then the Wonder Woman movie is another like. Yeah. So I feel like this movie is cobbled together the way that Batman v Superman is, where it's not gonna make sense. It's gonna be a bunch of random events put together where you need another 3-hour director's cut special edition. Should have been a bunch of different movies before this movie. Put together, because Batman v Superman should have been 2 movies, easy. The fact that it became 1 movie is just ridiculous. That's what I feel from this movie. Absolutely. I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's going to have fun moments. I'm sure it's fine to watch, but I don't think it's going to be good.
For me, I haven't left the theater of a DC movie going like, daggum, that was good, since The Dark Knight.
I don't think anybody has.
And I think that at the end of Suicide Squad, I'm going to walk out and I'm going to say, I'm satisfied with this. I think
you think so?
It's
you think this is going to be the one?
I think that for me, it's going to be the one that gives me faith in DC again. But that's just because, like, actually, most of my friends that I've talked to have the same opinion as you, and they don't think that Suicide Squad is going to be good.
I don't think so. I also don't think Will Smith was the correct choice to be in this movie.
I agree. I don't like seeing Will Smith as a bad guy.
Not just that, but it just reminds me of the way he played Hancock. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, Hancock.
And that movie wasn't good, man. That movie wasn't good. Are you kidding me?
I loved it.
It's funny, but it's not great. Like, it feels like...
To be fair, I haven't seen it since I was in grade school.
Okay, so there you go. That's seen it recently. That's
probably why I thought it was great. All right, we're running out of time. We gotta move on from.
Okay, all right.
From Suicide Squad.
Just one more point. I think I'm not so. I like Margot Robbie, but I don't know if I like the look of her character.
Margot Robbie?
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
I was like, who the crap is Marco? And then it clicked.
Yeah, as her Harley Quinn. It just looks like they made her slutty, just because they could. And I don't like that.
That's fair.
So,
I think, give her some longer shorts or some pants. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
But I think she'll be great. Anyways, let's keep moving. We're moving on. Too much. We have a lot to go.
Moving on. Okay, so that's Suicide Squad. New TV shows, Daredevil season 3.
Yeah, we're gonna hit all 3 in one thing. You haven't seen the second season of Daredevil, and you haven't finished the first season of Daredevil.
I haven't finished the first season of Daredevil. I need to, because I've been told by like 30 people that it's awesome.
Well, it is. It is awesome. So you should. The second season really needs a third season because there's a lot left that isn't explained. Pretty good. Had Elektra, had the Punisher. Punisher was probably the best TV carnation, or like film carnation ever. He was really solid. So if you liked season 2, I'm sure you'll like season 3. More Daredevil. Luke Cage, who was in Jessica Jones. It's been rumored that he's having his own show. He is getting his new show. There's a teaser trailer up there for it. So you can find that and look at it. I didn't like Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Didn't care for it.
I'm on like episode 5, and so far I've enjoyed it.
I'll
finish it eventually.
Oh, what's his name? He plays the Doctor in Doctor Who. What's his name?
David Tennant.
David Tennant. I love David Tennant. I think he killed it in the show.
He
He's the only reason
Doctor
I watched
too?
it. Yeah, he was.
Okay.
I just really enjoy anything he's in, I find.
David Tennant's a great actor. He's in Harry Potter.
Yeah, so good. I knew that. They make a couple Harry Potter jokes at some point in Doctor Who.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I remember that. All right, moving on.
So Luke Cage, if you like Jessica Jones, he's getting his own show. Iron Fist gets his own show as well.
Which is a long time coming because they need to introduce some of these lesser-known superheroes.
But that dude has blown up a little bit in pop culture recently.
Yeah,
have you noticed that?
Just recently.
Yeah, there's been kind of a surge in the last 2 years.
Absolutely. It's not a bad thing. Iron Fist is a cool character.
Yeah, I think... I don't know where that thought was going.
That's what I was like. Did he
I
just
got
stop
stuck.
talking? Or...
Yeah, I got
that's
stuck.
fair.
And I was like...
That's okay.
I was like,
Will that be a straight to Netflix show too, do you think?
Yeah, it is. It's got the Netflix.
Okay.
It's got the Netflix banner on it.
Alright. Interesting.
Let's move on, because I don't remember.
I like that.
I don't remember.
Alright, moving on from Iron Fist.
So.
The new DC movies, Wonder Woman, Justice League, they look super cool. I'm what's the word I'm looking for? Not apprehensive, the opposite of that. Excited. I'm excited about those.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the first time, Aquaman is really cool looking.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
They got him with the tattoos, the beard.
I'm digging the hair. I'm digging the beard. I'm digging the tats. It's just it's probably the best way that they could make this character not goofy, if that makes sense.
For sure. Which I think that was the struggle of like he's been goofy for the longest time, and there's already like everybody thinks he's a goof. Like there's not everybody already believes it.
The Aquaman or lame jokes are going to be stopping, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Because this is going to come up. I think they're going to have to change some of his powers.
It's cool.
Or at least buff some of them up.
Absolutely.
Because talking to fish is not good enough anymore. Can't be done.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. The trailer is good. I like the new Barry Allen. So suck it, Dutch.
Yeah. I'm going to complain about that.
I know you don't, but I think he looks cool.
I don't think he looks uncool.
I think he looks great. I think they made a good choice.
Let's move on to the next piece. And the final piece.
We'll probably keep a little bit of this going, just because this is DC as well.
It's
so
relevant.
This will probably tie in. Yeah, it's probably
okay, so I do not like what DC does with their movies and TV shows, how they're split. I don't like it because I don't like seeing different actors play characters that I like other actors playing. Does that make sense? That statement seemed a little disjointed.
Yeah, no, I get
it. Let me preface this. Okay, I grew up watching Smallville, right?
Okay.
And
I know.
I know you know. Anyway, the Oliver Queen in Smallville is very different than the Oliver Queen in Arrow. And I know that it was like 5 years between the end of Smallville and when I started watching Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me about 3 episodes to really to see Stephen Amell as Oliver Queen, if that makes sense. And now I don't think I could go back to the Smallville Oliver Queen. I don't remember the actor's name, but because I just have Stephen Amell ingrained in my head as the Green Arrow, if that makes sense. And that's another reason why it was really difficult for me to enjoy the new Superman, because like I think he's a great actor, Henry Cavill, but like just for 10 years of my life it was Tom Welling was Superman, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I grew up with. And I don't know. I don't like that. Like, I don't even know the dude playing Barry Allen in the Flash TV show, but he's awesome, and I super enjoy those shows. I know that you don't watch those, do you?
No, I've watched like an episode or two, but I don't know. I haven't. A lot of it, I think, is because they're not on Netflix, and I don't have TV.
Oh, so, yeah, they're on Netflix where I am.
Yeah, they're not for me.
That's an issue. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but straight up, I love the actors that are in Arrow and the Flash on TV, and seeing somebody else play the Flash just kind of like cracked a piece of my heart off just a little bit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I've heard that that actor is really good.
But straight up, he looks the Flash in the Justice League trailer. He looks cool, and I'm sure he'll be great. I like the way that they did the slow motion. Obviously, it's a bigger budget than the CW. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I have good feelings. I'm just kind of frustrated that they do this to me. I know it's a personal thing, but it's just a little frustrating.
You usually harp on me because I don't like change. But I like change.
This is the one thing that I don't like.
It's necessary. Change. I like it when it.
I don't think it's necessary.
It should happen. Here's the thing, though.
Why should it happen?
Marvel tried to keep it all in one universe with their TV show Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Didn't work.
Yeah. I never watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Nobody did because it wasn't good.
That's
part of the problem is you have to keep that show canonical with the movies. So anything that happens in the movies has to happen in the show, and anything that happens in the show has to happen in the movies, right? Because they have to line up. Yeah. Part of the problem is movies always, for the most part, especially when you're talking this kind of stuff, supersede the show because they're bigger budget. They have more money behind them. The studio cares more about the movie than they do about the show.
Hey, man. I'm not saying I don't understand why they do it. I'm just saying I don't like that they have to.
You just said it like 2 minutes ago. The other thing, and the thing that I think is a bigger...
I didn't say I didn't get it.
Okay, but you'll probably like this point more. If they do keep the show and the movies together, then you can't have a good show. Because you're both tied together. Like, you have to make the show work with the movies. So, the Flash can go into a whole bunch of different territories, like Flashpoint and the Speed Force and all this other stuff, and explore the character Barry Allen in any way it feels like, because it's not tied to anything. But if it's tied to a movie, it can't do any of that stuff without possibly spoiling something in the future. Or not making sense in the future. So... they have to, and the other thing is, and I know this one is probably like you won't care about, but if you have that actor in the movies, they're gonna have to pay him so much money when he goes back to the TV show.
Absolutely,
they're gonna have to upgrade his pay.
Even the girl that plays what's her name, Kobe Smulders, she was in How I Met Your Mother, and she plays why can't I think of the character's name? You know who I'm talking about. Mariah Hill?
I don't watch How I Met Your Mother because I think it's dumb.
No. In How I Met Your Mother, she's Robin. Like in The Avengers, she plays Mariah Hill. Is that the name? Hill. I want to say that's the name. But like after going from the movies, Maria Hill? I don't know. She's Nick Fury's
is she second. the main girl? Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah. She's actually she's Canadian, fun fact.
I love her more.
Oh man, what's the word I was looking for? I had a really good point at the end of that rabbit trail.
Pay grade.
Yeah. And she really wasn't able to be in why can't I think of the title? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because like after being a movie star is kind of the pay really isn't there, you know?
That and what happens is in that industry is if you go from you're always trying to move up,
Yeah.
So if she takes a job in movies, her agent won't let her take less money for something.
Absolutely.
Like, there is now a window of money that you have to pay her to have her, which is,
which is part of the reason I'm worried about Stephen Amell getting more famous. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, especially with his
movies, though.
Well, he's in Ninja Turtles, right? He's in the new one. He plays Casey Jones. And he's an excellent Casey Jones, but something that worries me is that he's becoming more famous and just a bigger presence that I hope that it doesn't wreck Arrow, because it's a great show.
Right. So anyway, but
we're a little bit over time.
I know, but here's the last thing, just because this kind of fits in real nice.
Yeah.
Because you always say that you can't see somebody else playing a character, right? Which I don't see.
Yeah, it takes a lot
fine
for
when they
me.
trade out characters.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I don't know if it's just been recently that I've really started paying attention, but a lot of people talk about that with Robert Downey Jr. being Tony Stark. And he's one of the few people that I'm like, I can see a lot of people playing Tony Stark. Like, he's not, to me,
who could you see playing Tony Stark?
Well, actually, I could see Tom Cruise doing it. Like, I actually think he would be a better... I think he would be a better... Which, actually, Tom Cruise was going to be Tony Stark. For the past 15 years, he was going to be Tony Stark. It wasn't until they decided to go ahead and do a movie that that Tom Cruise decided he didn't want to do an Iron Man movie anymore. Originally, like, he had kept pressing that they should do it, that he wanted to do it, and then
I couldn't see that.
Oh no, I think he'd be excellent. I think he'd be way better than Robert Downey Jr.
I can't agree with that.
I think if you've seen what's that movie? Oh, there's a second one coming out. I'm digging deep.
The one where he
like
plays
a military
suit?
Police. No.
Oh.
Jack Reacher. I think if you've seen Jack Reacher, he's got that kind of attitude.
I don't know.
And he's got it.
I think he would. I'd have to think about it, but I can't see anybody else other than Robert Downey Jr.
I think he's great at it. I don't think he's definitive. I don't see him
I like Tom
as a definitive person. Yeah.
But I don't see him as a Tony Stark. Like,
who's the guy that plays Captain America? What's his name?
Chris Evans.
No, not Chris Evans. Chris Evans, that's it.
Evans.
That dude to me is the definitive Captain America. Like, I look at him, I'm like, yep, that's Captain America. Absolutely.
Oh, same with like Chris Hemsworth, like that is Thor.
A little less on Chris Hemsworth, but yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
no,
goodness.
I would agree, but more to me, Captain America, when he's done playing Captain America, it would be a hard adjustment for me. I would, just because he's got like just everything about him is so perfect. Yeah, just his attitude, the way he speaks, the way he sounds. In my head, like as a kid reading Captain America, that's the voice. That's who I would envision.
That's a fair point. I don't see Tom Cruise being Tony Stark. I can't see that. I can't.
I think you only can't see it is because he didn't play it. He decided he didn't want to play it anymore. And then they got Robert.
That's fair. All right, we are over time by many minutes.
We are, yeah.
All right, send us off, Wolfie.
So, thank you so much for joining us on this afternoon. Sorry that it went a little bit longer than normal. If you haven't had enough of our stupid, dumb voices, we did a more in-depth Pokemon review that went up last Wednesday. Go ahead and check that out. It's short. It's like 10 minutes long. If you were like, where's our Pokemon Go news this week? There it is. It's all there. Give us a like, a favorite if you really liked it. Comment down below. Give us some comments, both good and bad. We like to hear everything. You can always come and check us out on Twitter, Wolfie_the Dutch. If you haven't, please hit the subscribe button so you get more. And as always, I'm Wolfie.
And I'm the Dutch.
And we'll see you next afternoon.